Good evening and welcome to the opening show of our fourth season of Inside Red Dragon Sports. I'm your host, Geoff Hassard, Assistant Director of Athletics and Sports Information Director here at SUNY Oneonta. And tonight we're going to start our fourth season off with men's soccer. So stay tuned after the break, and I'll be joined in studio by head men's soccer coach Ian Byrne. Welcome back to the show. Joining me now in studio is head men's soccer coach Ian Byrne. Welcome back to the show, Ian.
Jeff, thanks for having me again.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Another season on the way. So, we started already, so we're excited about it.
Well, let's start with this piece of hardware right here.
I know. I feel like I'm still in San Antonio.
Yeah.
It was a tremendous season. I'm not sure I expected it, but we knew we'd be good. We knew going into the year. We felt we'd have a strong team, great nucleus of upperclassmen. We didn't start as well. It seems to be the thing with us. We take a while to get going. The opening weekend we went on the road, got a couple of losses, and I can remember that bus journey coming back, and it felt like the end of the world. And then, the next game out, it all turned around, and from there we didn't lose again until, we went down to the Final Four. So
right, when we had you on the show last year, we thought you had a good enough team to at least, get through the SUNY, get us to the NCAAs, but kind of the run to the Final Four was like a bonus.
Yeah, I've got to be careful what I say in case any of the opponent coaches are watching. So, no, we knew it. And I think what propelled us, just got us over the edge, was just the disappointment in the season before that when we lost the shootout in the semi-final. I think just the reaction of the guys to that, the dedication that they took on themselves, and really it was a 6-month kind of journey, because from the first day of pre-season we were in great shape. The determination, the spirit was there, and even though the opening weekend didn't go our way, we were a little bit unlucky in the games. We really was a fantastic season, and the guys were great. Played
now,
well.
Something like this, trip to the Final Four, certainly now your goals become loftier, because now you're like, well, we've been there, so the next step is to really get there and win a game and win it all, maybe.
Yeah, it's so hard to do, but for sure, we'll be speaking about it. It's, you want to stay humble. It's not easy to do sometimes, right. But I think that's the culture we have. Stay humble, hard-working players, be realistic about things. But, we've got a great group of juniors back for this final senior season. There's some great leadership in there, some great players in there too. And, I think because of the success, we also got an influx of some good recruits. So we're quite pleased with the group we brought in, even though they're adapting to the way we do things and, moving for them, stepping up to the college level. Right.
Now, what do you just give us a little idea. What do you think something like this does for the overall program, the spirit of the school? Everybody really, kind of like follow the leader, and they just kind of kept following the whole way through.
Yeah, it was incredible. I was getting, phone calls from overseas, collect calls. They were making us pay. But, just long-lost alumni, even alumni of Hartwick that, played against us and knew the rivalry across town when back in those days. Yeah. Guys sending well wishes, and it really was good. I think kind of got our name out there on the national stage. Since that time, we've had everybody calling us. They want to play us, get us to come to their tournaments. So I think it's kind of elevated us. Now, obviously, the difficult part is staying there as a name that's recognized throughout the country.
Right. Yeah. Now, just a case in point, certainly, your opening weekend of the season, you got to play Messiah. Yep. And Messiah's won 8 national championships, and that kind of team now you think those are the people that are scouting us out now.
Yeah, it's good. They're on us. They're going to come to our tournament next year, which I heard is very difficult to get Messiah to come to you. Yes. They'll let you go to them. But they're coming back. They're going to come and play us next year. Even last year we had Christopher Newport from Virginia Beach. They were one in the country for a year and a half. They came up. They wanted to play us, come and play on our field without us having to go back there. So I think that's where we are. You know, the Mayor's Cup's a great draw. The city, you know, provide very generous guarantees and benefits to the team, so we were able to attract top quality teams to that tournament, and I think we're trying to really get that established as one of the preeminent Division III tournaments in the country.
Right, because this year's the 5th year of the Mayor's Cup. Last year, the flooding in the area, we couldn't have a tournament, which we had Ithaca and Rensselaer coming, which are always two teams that are in the national rankings.
And Babson, who made the
Babson,
Elite 8, they were with us in our bracket in the Elite 8, so they should have been in last year. But again, we've got NYU coming as well next year. That's a preeminent program. You know, Messiah and Franklin are Marshall, so we're already working on 2014 when everyone else is trying to find teams for 2013.
Now, what do you think the attraction is to the Mayor's Cup tournament? Do you think it's the venue? Do you think it's the school? Do you think it's the fact now that we're on that level? Or
I think it's a combination of things. I think definitely the name of Oneonta, people think soccer. You know, our past association with the National Soccer Hall of Fame, Hartwick across the street, the fact we have a Division I men's tournament at Hartwick, our women in Hartwick combined for a tournament, and now, as you know, with Oneonta establishing ourselves in the men's bracket, I think you know, teams are looking at it. It's a great place to come to. You know, there's quite a bit to do in the fall. And the facility, the field we have, the stadium is, you know, I keep saying that I haven't seen anything better in my 20 years traveling the college game. So I think all those things, and then, you know, the city backing the tournament with the guarantees and what they provide the visiting teams, it really is, I think it sets us apart. Now,
we maybe kind of saw this coming a few years ago, maybe, as you built your program and started to get those recruits in the classes. I mean, can you maybe try and bring us through the last few years and how you think you went about getting a team that could go that far?
Yeah, it's, you know, we're just continuously out. You know, the assistant coaches, myself, we're out just scouting. Some of it is hit and miss when you're scouting. It's just such a difficult part of the job. It's easy to get a, you know, incorrect read on a young recruit if you catch him on a bad day, or vice versa on a good day. Maybe you know, he doesn't pan out the way you think. But you know, we're just out there. We're you know, we're chasing the top talent. I think what's happened last year is we were kind of approached by a lot of players that were at the level that maybe we struggled to get in, you know, in previous years. But you know, it just seems like all these recruits now comparing us, it's us or this Division I school, you know, Oneonta or, you know, Albany or Binghamton. So I think they're looking and saying, gee, you know, should I, you know, could I go to perhaps maybe a mid-level Division I, or would it be a better option for me to go to, you know, a top Division III program where I can compete for conference championships and the chance to go down to a Final Four? Right.
Now, of course, I think maybe a part of that attraction might also be within the SUNY. I mean, if they're thinking of a SUNY Albany or Binghamton and, you know, like you say, maybe a small or a mid-level Division I, and then they see Oneonta, Division III, but it's still part of the SUNY system, great education. I mean, does that play into it at all?
I think it definitely does. I mean, this campus, you know, I had a recruit go and visit another campus this weekend, and they just called me right up and said, wow, it's not even close. You can't compare the campuses, and this is a pure college experience when you come here. You know, it's a campus environment, it's safe, it's pretty, the students really like it, they enjoy it, it's clean, they feel safe. So I think that plays a large part in it, along with the soccer facilities.
Right, now we do have a great field out there. I mean, put in by the company that put in the World Cup fields back in the 90s there when we hosted in America. I mean, so top-notch facilities, great education. What else do you think you might add to that picture?
You know, looking at the last couple of years, you know, last spring we went to Saratoga and played in the tournament with, you know, the Division I teams. We're the only team there that won all 3 games. We had some recruits at the tournament. They watched us beat Vermont and they watched us beat Albany. So I think they're looking at that, you know, and they're saying, gee, look at the quality of this team and the players. And I think those are all attractions when they know they're going to come here and they're going to play with other quality players and against quality opposition on quality facilities. And that's what we provide here, along with the academics and the pristine campus.
Right. And now I know that one of the things I think about our men's soccer program now is the fact that even from the beginning, when we made that transition to Division III, you wanted to play the teams that were up here. You wanted to build a schedule, you wanted to build a program. it seems like it's paying off now.
Yeah, that's the way we believe in doing it, you know. And sometimes, you know, your record may reflect the level your team is, because you play these good teams and, you know, you can't always beat them because they have quality players as well. But, you know, we're not really interested in the 6-0 record, you know, against teams that maybe wouldn't be categorized in the top part of your region, or
right.
you know, even nationally. And you know, we're playing Western New England this year, which is a top team. We've got, you know, we're going to Vassar, who won that conference last year. They had St. Lawrence, who were the 2 team in the country. So you know, again, these are teams we play, and we're going to continue to do that going forward as well.
Now this year, maybe just as we close out here, maybe a overview of how you think this squad's turning out or panning out. I mean, the opening weekend, we had good teams, good competition.
Yep.
You know, going forward, what are we looking for?
You know, I think drawing at Messiah, where they've won 4 of the last 6, I think, national championships. I think every coach in their conference has called me already to find out how we did it.
Right.
So I didn't really see it as that great an accomplishment at the time, but you realize it when you get that kind of feedback. You know, we were a bit disappointed in the first game. We started slowly, went 2 goals down at Franklin and Marshall, but we came back strong. You know, we got a goal. We're a little unlucky not to tie it up towards the end. We've had a few injuries at the back, so that's been our biggest problem so far in pre-season. All the injuries in the same position. So, you know, we're down there in those games. We're starting 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and you know, a senior in the back 5. So, you know, looking at it from that side, these young guys are stepping up, getting a chance, doing great. So it augurs well moving forward too. That's
good. SUNY, any predictions there? I mean, what teams do we, you know, which ones are going to be tough this year? I mean, is Plattsburgh going to be there again? Is Rockport, who we played in the championship? I mean, are these teams that are going to?
Yeah, I think so. It's, I think the biggest eye opener for me is that the teams that have been sort of towards the bottom are now getting stronger as well. There's just so much depth out there in boys soccer when you look at the youth soccer and the high schools. So, you know, perhaps teams that haven't done as well in the past, that wouldn't be as attractive to recruits, are now managing to recruit, get young players in. We still feel we're very confident what we've got. Attacking wise, we've got some great talent. We're deeper than we've ever been going forward. Just gelling a little bit of that together. But we hope to be in the mix in the conference. You know, you never want to get ahead of yourself and start boasting. But we hope to be there at the end when it's, you know, the awards are handed out.
All right. Well, certainly we hope that maybe we can take another trip this year, and hopefully these guys that are on the team, you know, will start to gel, like you said, and come through, and who knows, you know, I mean, luck is involved, skill, all that kind of stuff has to come together.
Yeah, this time we'll take you with us. You can have share my hotel room.
Well, I hope so.
It's enough for a
I gotta go. I've never been to San Antonio. I thought last year was it. But that's all right.
Good. Thanks for having me, Geoff.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Coach Ian Byrne for coming by. And after the break, I'll be joined by one of our senior captains, Geoff Christian.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
Welcome back to the show. Joining me now is senior men's soccer captain Geoff Christian. Welcome to the show, Geoff.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a senior from Middletown, New York. I play center mid on the Oneonta Red Dragons.
What's your major?
I'm a communications major.
Communications major. So, does this interest you at all, doing some on-camera stuff?
Kind of, yeah.
What kind of experiences have you had throughout your academic career in mass comm? What kind of classes?
Actually, I'm a comm studies major,
comm studies.
but I have an internship at Pace University in Westchester in their athletic department, so I'm trying to get into athletics after soccer as well. So
I've seen some of the stuff you've done. You've done a lot of graphic stuff. Are you kind of good with some Photoshop? And
yeah, I enjoy it. So hopefully I can build off of that.
Now, what got you maybe interested in some athletic work after your graduation?
I think athletics has always just been a part of my life, so it just seemed right, and I just went off of that.
Now, do you have any interest in coaching?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But I think college administration's more where I want to go.
So from here, are you going to stay with Pace? Maybe are you going to go get a master's degree?
I think that's right now the goal. I have another year of eligibility after this, so I'm still, after the season, going to decide where I am. So
where you're going.
Yeah.
If you used to come back another year, boy, that would be incredible.
Yeah,
huh?
it'd be awesome.
So let's talk a little bit about this trophy here. Certainly a special season for you guys. What does it feel like to be, first of all, what was the experience like?
It was awesome. San Antonio is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Before the season, I think as Coach Burns touched on before, we knew we had the talent to get to the Final Four. So we just we worked hard all year, spring season into the season that we went into with that. We lost those 2 early games, but we never really got down on ourselves. The connection that our team had was nothing like we've ever had before.
Now connecting that, now we do have, we got quite a few players back from last year's team, and certainly going forward as you try and connect it to this year's group of freshmen and even some of those sophomores that either transferred or maybe didn't play as much last year. I mean, what's that like as you go through the spring season and trying to work towards this one?
I think that the team last year helped build a standard for this season and the seasons to come. So these kids know that we're a team that wants to go back to the Final Four and the goal is to win a national championship. So everyone's mind is on that, and we made that the standard from the beginning of the preseason. So
now, of course, earlier on the show we talked to Coach Byrne about the schedule that you guys play and some of the teams now that are interested in playing us and the teams that Coach Byrne wants to play because we want to be at that level. As a player,
I love it.
Yeah, those are the games you really want to play.
It brings the best out of you.
Right.
So.
Now, we have already played Messiah, which obviously is a perennial team that's always contending for a national title. What was that game like? 0-0?
It was tough. I feel like throughout the season we're gonna have to get a little more fit, get our legs under us. But they're a good team, and I was proud of our team, how we came back from a slow start against Franklin and Marshall.
Right.
Again, we're young, so for a first game, I guess if you're gonna lose a game, that's the one to lose. But we had heart in the game against Messiah, so.
Did it have a certain intensity of almost being like an NCAA game?
Oh yeah, I mean I think anyone that goes and plays Messiah, and this year anyone that plays us, it's going to be the target on our back as the target was on theirs. So
right.
It's
Now I saw the attendance for that game. Was there really 2,400 people there?
I wasn't counting, but the crowd was.
Yeah, that's
stands
quite a crowd for a
packed.
Division III just for a regular season game.
Yeah, I think they always average something, maybe a little under that, but.
Right. Wow, that's, I mean, just to be able to play in a kind of an atmosphere like that where the two teams are two of the better teams in the country and certainly getting us on the map last year.
Yep.
What's it like being a captain for this team now?
I don't think anything's really changed. I mean, you still got to go out there and work hard, try to lead these young guys. We got 3 other captains in Eric Fortier, Dan Scott, and Ian Tenzer that have been a big part of this team for the last 3 or 4 years too. So I think we got our minds in the right place, and we want to definitely go back to San Antonio next year.
Now, are you a vocal guy, or are you a rah-rah guy, or what kind of leader are you?
I think I'm vocal.
Yeah.
I think sometimes my teammates want to tell me to be quiet, which is fine, but
right.
I mean, I just want to win.
Right.
And
now, amongst the captains, I mean, are you guys all kind of different personalities? A lot of times you balance each other off. I mean, who's the quieter guy that just kind of plays?
I think Dan Scott is, but when it comes time to play, he's there to play. So, which is good. There's different personalities that need to be
leading by example. I mean, that's a leadership quality, and certainly you need those types of guys that do that. So. Well, I mean, you certainly now, if you have another year of eligibility, and certainly we hope you decide to, maybe come back. But if you pursue your master's degree, that certainly is great for your career, which certainly. That's what we're here for. We're here to, educate and get you guys ready for the real world.
Yep.
Any of the experiences in soccer that you think will carry over?
I think in playing athletics in general, hard work and determination are all characteristics that you gain from playing sports. So I think that soccer's really helped me with that.
Now, glad you came to Oneonta?
Very.
Right. What's your highlight? I mean, aside from soccer, I mean, certainly this was a tremendous highlight for you. But anything else in your first, few years here that stands out? Maybe.
Definitely soccer, but definitely friends too.
Yeah.
Met some great guys, some kids that I'll be friends with forever,
Lifelong
obviously.
friends,
so
another important part of college.
Oh yeah, definitely. So.
Well, we certainly want to wish you good luck and health as we go along this season. Maybe, you know, we certainly hope you can get back to this point, but thanks for coming by tonight and joining me.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'd like to thank senior men's soccer captain Geoff Christian for coming by tonight. And after the break, I'll be joined by another one of our senior captains, Eric Fortier.
You're on your way to meet up with friends, but you can't seem to get anywhere quickly. You don't want your friends to be annoyed, so you text. You're on your way. Five seconds is the average time your eyes are off the road while texting while driving. Make sure you get where you're going.
Welcome back to the show. Joining me now in studio is senior men's soccer captain Eric Fortier. Welcome to the show, Eric.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Men's soccer captain, senior, physics major.
Physics major.
Going to graduate after this year, hopefully.
Yeah?
Yep.
Now, what are you hoping to pursue after with your physics degree?
Actually, I had an internship at a gas and electric company over by me. So electrical engineering is more my focus, so hopefully I can leave here, take a few more classes, get my engineering degree, and kind of pursue it from there.
Wow. Hometown?
Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie. Okay, that's quite a big city. And you went to what? Which high school?
Arlington.
Arlington. Did you guys have a good high school team?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We actually won a state title when I was a sophomore. It was a good experience.
So that kind of experience would carry over to something here where we had quite, experienced that kind of success. Did you draw on any of that success from high school that maybe carried over to here last year?
Absolutely. Once you get a taste of something like that, you always want to get back to that point. So
right.
You always build off something like that.
Now, certainly we can add to your credentials SUNY Player of the Year from last year as a junior, which is not a lot of underclassmen. Usually it goes to a senior or something like that. I mean, were you surprised, or what did it mean to you to be SUNY Player of the Year?
It meant a lot. Obviously a little surprised. You never really expect something like that, but it was a great accomplishment, and I was extremely happy about it. We all worked pretty hard, and I'm sure there's a couple other guys who could have gotten on our team as well, so I was just really thankful for that. Right,
we had a very strong nucleus of seniors that, any one of those guys, who did lead us, on our way to a Final Four appearance. And we also had the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the Coach of the Year. I didn't mention that when I talked to Coach Byrne before. I know he's kind of a little modest, but certainly we swept the awards, and kind of, I think those kinds of things catapult you through. We had a great spring season. Coach Byrne said that you went to that Black Watch Cup up at Saratoga, beat 3 Division I schools. I mean, is that what you guys are playing at right now, that kind of level?
Yeah, absolutely. We just want to carry the same level and the same work ethic as last year and the spring season of the year before. It's just you get to a standard and you want to keep that standard. So we stress to all the guys, just work as hard as you can, and hopefully we keep it the way we have it.
Now, being a captain, you're kind of responsible. We talked to Geoff a little bit about it, but kind of responsible for keeping guys kind of in check, on task, focused.
Yeah.
Now, he said he was more of a vocal type leader. What kind of leader are you?
I'm similar.
Yeah.
I'm pretty vocal. No, I'm definitely not quiet. So.
Yeah.
But we all come together and do it together, and we all have a good group of guys that listen most of the time, and they take what we have to say pretty well. So.
Right. Now, certainly every year is always a different year. There's a different kind of chemistry. You have to, you get a new group of freshmen that come in, and maybe some transfers to try and infuse into the culture of the team. Is it easier when you come off a Final Four appearance to get those guys to get on board?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it's easier to motivate people to work harder. If they see the opportunity they can have, and they understand what they need to do in order to get there, they're more willing to work for a certain goal if it's reachable. So.
Right. And what kind of stuff do you guys do? I mean, is it just lifting, running? What kinds of things are you guys involved in that program?
Well, we do a lot of playing in practice. a lot of teams stress lifting and a lot of fitness, and Burns actually really likes just to get down and play. And I think that helps us a lot because we get more comfortable with each other just by playing and feeling each other out and getting to know what other people are thinking on the field. We also do, on top of that, we do enough fitness, and we do have a lifting schedule as well. But our key is just playing with each other.
Right, and I would say that this year, because we did graduate such a large group of seniors and we had such a large group of freshmen coming in, I would think that would probably be a premium to, you know, really get on the field so that you guys can, because of course the returning players already kind of know each other, and you know, I know where you're going to be when I've got the ball and that kind of thing. So what's that like to try and get those other guys, you know, to work with you guys on the field?
It's actually pretty fun. You know, you get to see what other people, like, everyone thinks pretty differently, and some kids bring some like good new like ideas to the table, and it's interesting to see like some new younger talent like come in and they can all help us. So it's cool.
Now, is it so for you as being a senior now in our program? Exciting to see these talented kids come in, pass on a little.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, let's keep it going, because of course you'll become an alum, and certainly you'll be following us, and hopefully you'll be proud of the teams that come after. I mean, is that something, a legacy? Is that what you want to leave this program?
Absolutely. You can obviously see when Coach Burns brings in the players he does, that the program's just going to keep growing, and it is exciting to see such new talent and good kids come in. So you know the program will carry on.
Right. What are you looking forward to most this year?
I don't know, going back. You know, absolutely. It's our main goal, and hopefully we can do it. We're trying to just look one game at a time. Obviously,
Coach Byrne doesn't like to get too far ahead.
Exactly. We're not trying to get ahead of ourselves, but
you can enjoy it.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, it's over, and you had the experience. I mean, what the experience overall for yourself?
Oh, it was unbelievable. Yeah. It was, you know, it was just something you don't get to experience that often, and something you'll never forget.
Right.
So,
well, listen, we certainly wish you good luck and certainly good health as we do all the players on the team, and as we watch you guys mesh together, those younger kids, and hopefully on your way to another SUNY title, and then we'll see what happens in the NCAAs.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for coming by.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, I'd like to thank all of tonight's guests from the men's soccer team, and especially Coach Byrne for coming by, kicking us off on our 4th season of Inside Red Dragon Sports. We'd just like to remind you that you can follow us on the web at www.oneontaathletics.com. Certainly like our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter. Sign up for text messages. I mean, we're pretty connected now, so please do what you can. Go to our website. It's all right there for you. And we'll see you next time on Inside Red Dragon Sports.